This film is for sub-genius audiences only. Viewing by non-members may result in agitation, constipation, dizziness, nausea, disorientation, appetite loss, loss of perceptual continuity, sleeplessness, increased sensitivity to electromagnetic field stimulation, gender swapping, profuse bleeding from the point of entry, seizures, priapism, satirisis, and nymphomania. Viewer discretion is advised. Beware. Turn back. You have been warned. Okay then. Abandon all hope. The abnormal ones are coming. You see, yesterday was Desecration Day. I have taken a Bible and attempted to return it to a useful and usable state. This Bible is full of shit. Much like your own. If you can hear me, we hereby challenge you to a smackdown behind Old Man Johnson's barn at high noon, or are you chicken? Let your followers see what you're really made of. Wrathful Thunderer, Holy Ghost is more like, yeah, come and get God, come on, Yahweh, you dress-wearing hoopter. You will reach up your heavenly asshole and pull you inside out. We'll kick you down your houses and fillet your servants. Death, death. No merciful God would allow this, say the atheists. There is no God. You rail at the void. Well, tell the fucking void to meet us behind the Old Man Johnson. So I had prepared for what I thought was going to be a Desecration Day speech, but once again, I'm not on time. Come down, you tiny robots, with your little nipper claws, you pale and bug-eyed aliens, with white and clammy paws. Life is just a sucker's dream, and death is a disgrace. So come on down, you saucer men, and take me off to space. Our Lady of Fatima may have looked like a beautiful lady in white, but she was really a man in black. The rapture is coming all right, but not as an ascension to heaven by the sacred. It's the abduction of the doomed by the aliens. Guns don't kill people. What can we do to help you stop screaming? I don't know where I'm going with this, but I'm here, guys. I don't know what the church is up to in this area, but seems to me we've got a lot of shit to get done before the coming war with the Elder God. Steven Spielberg should be tried, convicted, and executed for close encounters of the third kind. Which gave millions the ridiculous idea that superior beings would want to help. Personally, the cosmos is right with superior beings, all right, but they aren't out to assist our evolution. They didn't get where they are by being altruistic things for bugs like us. The Space Brothers are generally more along the lines of the thing, Alien, and the stuff growing on last week's leftovers in the first. Then, Spielberg, Sickering, Prentice, the extraterrestrial, which was CIA propaganda designed to enamor us of the real aliens who are enslaving humanity, even as this is being recorded. They and every one of these new age UFO channels are traitors to our planet, and will be made to pay dearly come X-Day. let me tell you a little something about the relationship between the church of the subgenius and the gray alien. The gray intellect, by definition, is always smarter than you. However, the hive mind of the grays doesn't always give them an advantage over us, because they're incapable of any individual thoughts. Randomized behaviors, such as expressions of emotions, creativity, and humor, seem to confound them. Like the introduction of a logic paradox into a computer, they've been known to freeze up when confronted with the mutant behavior which comes naturally to all true subgenii. It seems to me that the trick is building your disintegrator out of order in such a manner as to complete it before they catch up. Somewhat more insidious, if less conscious, are the Akishra, ancestral worms that ride the human nervous systems and feed off the anguish specifically caused by drug addiction, physical pain, and sexual excess. They're all over the Snowline dorm. I've seen so many of those goddamn green energy demons in some of the rooms of this fucking building. If ever there was a place that needed to pay for a full series of exorcisms, feed off the anguish specifically caused by drug addiction, physical pain, and sexual excess. These parasites force their hosts into behaviors that will reap the desired sensations of addiction, pain, and excess. There are alcohol, Akishra, nicotine, Akishra, wave donut, Akishra, television, Akishra, etc., ad nauseum. And every time one person beats their addiction without beating the hell out of it, that little worm is just going to go find someone else. And if it can't find someone else, it's going to curl up and wait. Ghosts, deceased in specific or obsessive to crossover, are much lower on the chain than parasites, worms, demons. Down near turtles and hamsters, ghosts reside. Most of them are mere demonic holograms that float listlessly across the psychic spectrum, repeating their inane loops of mournfulness over and over again, seeking a temporary fix of reality through human interface. We are all relentlessly bombarded by subconscious mental assault, from elder gods trying to influence us one way to saucer aliens trying to hypnotize us another. So come by and income by, limping our super egos, heroes, and yachtizma, feeding us nightmares. One reason we had to invent television and radios was to keep them out of our heads. That's what civilization is always about. Building up enough sheer noise that we can drive out the ghosts and monsters, to which I would include the classification deities or otherwise unknown supernatural influencers. There are at least two options I see at this time: die during the invasion or pre-invasion truth-gathering efforts, or become valuable enough to receive eligibility for a crew position on the ship. I've always thought trying to turn yourself into the perfect alien abduction base wasn't the worst survival strategy. Don't fret. God only knows what you'll do next. Oh, bring those sweet chariots of fire. Others might not believe in a God, but still insist on somehow accounting for all weird, miraculous events that can't be ignored, like UFOs, love, and the existence of the modern world. What is... Human behaviors are wired for patterns. The simpler, the better. The brain tries to automate itself so that doing certain things becomes a reflex, and the brain has less work. Without such mental automation, activities like driving would be literally impossible due to sensory overload. Faith charges patterns with no inhibit function, no automatic gain control, no governor, some minuscule number of lies. Naturally paranoid people manage to develop their own pattern-resistant pattern, a monitoring program by which the brain constantly double-checks itself for potentially overpowering programs. Reality is whatever doesn't go away when you stop believing in it, according to Philip K. Dick. So ignore it at your own peril. Most people are not in tune with much more than television, work, shopping, and sleep. Tuning the apparatus is key. Easter Island syndrome is inevitable on a worldwide scale as our planet gets more crowded and confused. Fundamentalists will continue the battle with or without us. The question is, do we join in or just find the best seats to watch the show? Non-subcutaneous religion is mental illness on an international scale, and its particularly sissified form of insanity. The local schizo thinks he's going to take over the world, at least showing some gumption, but nice, normal, religious folks think the world has already been taken over by someone else, one who might, however, withhold punishment if they kiss his ass, slavishly enough. For them, bliss is blindly following someone else's idea of God for eternity. All it is, just a healthy distrust of anybody's opinions but our own. Why, subgenius would probably be the most downright friendly religion of them all, if only there were no disgusting, vile, useless, veneral, greedy human vermin bleeding away our slack. For every lobster that grows to be a celebrated monster with its picture in a newspaper, there must be thousands which are served with melted butter. It is with intelligent, reasonable people. For each wise, gracious, and loving person, there are thousands of self-centered complainers, sniveling, two-faced leeches, maliciously pouring the sand of hatred into the machinery of human progress, dead limbs on the evolutionary tree, sending their poison back into the heart of humanity, small-minded, grasping micro-monsters, and miniature Mussolinis, gladly sacrificing the greater good of the whole world for the momentary satisfaction of getting to tell other people what to do. Hate-peddling social lepers, destroying everything they can't understand, and tricking others into tearing each other apart for their own distraction and amusement. I am the Gnostic Agnostic. Gods, who needs them? Life after death? Why wait? Zorodatus, Tristan, Zarathustra. Biblical fan clubs make all G's-I look so vindictive, petty, and downright evil that they drive the good, smart folks away from religion and attract only the mean bullies, guilt-ridden perverts, and other losers who feel like to cluster together and feed each other's illusions. And he lets them get away with this. Pink, anything that makes that happen, anything that helps the world make sense, must be the truth. Whereas we are pretty much the opposite. That anything that makes the world appear to make sense to us is a heinous lie. Faith means giving up. It's the stopping point in the quest for truth. Most people quit that race before it started, grabbing the first excuse that comes along, but then that's probably as close to God as they'd ever want to actually get. There is no God, but if you're any kind of American, you'll demand that he treat you as an equal. You can hardly blame the poor me-hums. After all, they've been dumbed down by TV and radio for 3 to 4 generations now. The only way Americans can address the question of philosophy anymore is through beer and slogans. The American apex of metaphysical thought is represented by Why Ask Why.